back to discipline just briefly. Since you've been managers, you've had 18 red cards. Do you recognise that within your team? And do you know, is there a need to speak to the players? Is it something you can address with the players? Is it a focus, or you know, as you say, all three this season have, you know, there's been question marks over all three. So I guess, you know, it swings both ways.
Yeah, well, there are very different ones. I think there are very two different periods when we used to have a lot and then not any, and then obviously we have 3 in a row. We have red cards for taking a throw-in. You know, we have red cards for making a really bad tackle, or the last man makes a mistake and it's a penalty. You know, obviously it is a lot. I don't know what is little in 5 years, but it's something that we have to avoid for sure.
Can I just, we're speaking to Merino afterwards, and I just wondered what he has brought to your team, what you like about him. He seems to have really integrated very quickly within the team ethos and within the dressing room.
Well, a player with an unbelievable football brain, with a lot of leadership skills, that has the right experience. He's going to give us so much. Very difficult to judge because he came in, he got injured straight away, and he's only played certain part of games yet. But you're going to see him grow and deliver big things to the team.
He looks a leader.
Yeah, big time.
Sam?
Just on the leadership group, we've seen this season different players wearing the armband, with Martin obviously out with Bukayo and Gabriel. Has that leadership group evolved or changed since the summer?
It's extending because we are missing so many players that every game we are, okay, who is captain now? So, yeah, we are bringing new options every single time. Last time we had to be Big Gabby. I think Big Gabby was captain in a moment of a game or two, if I don't recall badly. But yeah, we have to make that because of the domino effect of so many players that are first in line not being available to play.
And with Bukayo specifically on that, he is showing leadership and being one of the sort of guys at the front. Is that something you've asked him to do in the past 6 months or so as he's grown up, or is he taking that now?
No, before that we already had our discussions, and we said certain things that we have to do to give him the right example, to give him tools, to give him direction of what kind of leader he wanted to be. But he's certainly one of our most important players, and that has to reflect on the team, certainly, on his own way. And he needs to be comfortable for that, but I think he's making the right steps.
I think because he comes through the academy, he's such a nice kid and he's so polite. Everyone looks at him and I think over the last few years, oh, he's a nice boy. But now he's not a boy, he's a man, he's a leader, he's a sort of...
Yeah, but what I like about B that he's got that, but that when he needs to show his teeth and have that edge, he's got it, and he does it in a really special way. But that is needed. You know, you don't sustain the level and play at the level that he does every week.
Yes, sir?
Hi, Mikel. On Saturday after the game, you mentioned about Gabriel Martinelli's miss towards the end, which is obviously a big moment. Are you hoping from this, just in general, that Martinelli now comes back and shows and proves to you how good he is and the ability that he basically has?
Yeah, well, Gabby doesn't have to show me how good he is because I know how good he is. But yeah, we want the biggest possible efficiency, especially in the last meters in the right area next to the goal, to finish game off, to have better margins, to win games more comfortably, and it's an area that we have improved, but we have to continue to evolve.
Of course, with Shakhtar, with the circumstances that they're going through with the war, etc., you can imagine they'll be galvanised and very much up for this challenge. What have you seen from them as a team that you think could maybe pose a potential threat maybe tomorrow?
Well, the fact that it's a team that is used to winning, they dominate a lot of the games in there. They have some very talented players. They have a great manager, and they have a really specific way of playing that it makes it really, really tricky. And they have huge experience in Champions League. They play in Champions League every year, and they know what they're talking about, and it will be tough.
Jordan?
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You said on the potential appeal against the Leavers card that there are other examples that were similar to it. Is that still the frustration that you can see similarities in decisions, but the actual outcomes is different?
Regardless, my frustration is that we lost the game. That's it. Regardless of the decision, that we cannot change this, and I said it after the match, we're not going to spend any time on that. I leave that for the club.
And like after these run of spells when you have red cards, it can really test a group. When you've been in that dressing room, is it a group that feels like
It's absolutely galvanized, and they show their teeth, and they fight against the situation, and they get comfortable. They say, okay, this is what we have to play, how we have to do it. We're going to do it, and we are happy with that. But we understand as well that the margins of being successful and earning the results that we want minimises, and obviously we need to change that.
And you must endure that, because there were times maybe when situations like this would then spiral, but that doesn't seem to happen with this group. They can move on from a decision.
I think the relentlessness and the attitude of the team is remarkable. I told them yesterday I watched the game 2 times more, and after the way we play with 10 men in those conditions, being the 3rd time that you have to go through that emotionally, coming back from international again, and it's incredible.
Okay, Nick.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I know it's still early days, but I'm just wondering about the format of the Champions League, the big and new one, and how it's going so far. It kind of strikes me that you could lose tomorrow and still have 5 shots at getting the maybe 5 or 6 more points that you'd need to be playing on in February. And it also strikes me that no one here is really talking about the importance of the game, whereas previously you lose one in the group stage and it could be kaput.
Yeah.
Is it?
You said kaputed. You said kaputed?
Well, right, out of there.
Yeah, I like that word. I didn't know that one. Thank you. No.
It could be over or something. But does that mean does it feel like there's a bit more edge to you, or I'm sorry, less edge to you now in these games, or is the messaging different?
No, and when
Would
you
rather there's more edge?
we look at the games that we have and how tough they are and the opponents we have to face, and the importance of winning at home, you know, and tomorrow is a day that we really have to show, you know, that determination, that quality, that in the Champions League the margins are so small, and we're going to have to be at our best, and we are fully focused only on that.
So there's no different message to the players for you.
And finally to Gary.
I know John mentioned the red card, but actually at the start of last season, your record was second best to City last year. When you addressed it in the past, how did you address it in that sense early on in your reign? Was it through videos or through messaging? Yeah. And would you do a similar?
The most effective way, I have to be very honest, not talking about it, because we tried and we showed and we talked and we repeated the magic. We have to play with 11, and it happened again after a week or after 3 weeks, and they said, guys, let's try something else, and then it disappeared. So I don't know if it's the right way or not, but that's what it happened. That's the reality.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.